What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode on turning this BMW E46 into a drift car. Now for this episode I've had to be really prepared because there's been a lot of preparation and sorting to get this car ready for you guys so the videos can go out every week, so the process can be a lot smoother. And yeah, you're probably wondering, how was the car on the drive? Because hopefully, if all went to plan, the last you would have seen this, the car will be on the ramp, completely stripped, the reinforcements will be in, it will be undersealed, and essentially the next steps will be to get the rear end back in the car. And for this episode we're going to have to cut back to Passac, where I will take the crusty old rear end suspension components out of this car, get them completely refreshed, and let me tell you, they are looking immaculate. I cannot wait to see them in the car, but without further ado, let's cut to Passac and get this rear end sorted so we can get it back in the car. So guys, I hope you're enjoying the current series. I have no idea where we've just left off. I'm going to assume we're about to put the whole rear end in the car, or at least I hope. I've recently picked up a whole new rear end for my E46 because we're going to get it prepped for the current series and the current video you're watching. We're going to get it all cleaned up, powder coated, fresh bolts, fresh bushes, fresh everything. Get it all nice and fresh and hopefully ready to go straight in the car. So at the minute all I need to do is get these old crusty BMW parts out on the drive, clean them all up, get them all nice before we can then go ahead and press the bushes out. So I'm going to get some gloves on because they're disgusting, break them down, clean them all up. And we should have then the trailing arm, the subframe, and a couple of other little bits to get all freshly sandblasted, powder coated, and ready to go back on the car. So let's get on with that. So before we can get these cleaned off, I need to break them all down. As you will see here, I'm taking off the brake calipers, the carriers, all the lines, the small brackets, the handbrake cables. Absolutely everything needs to come off these parts. Mainly you'll see here I'm breaking down the trailing arm because that's the bit with the most pieces on it. The brake discs, the pads, the handbrake shoes themselves. If you know E46s, you know how much of a pain these are. So yes, I am dreading putting these back on the car. But to get them all sandblasted and powder coated correctly and all cleaned up properly, all of it has to come off. All the hubs have to come off, they need to be pressed out, the bearings need to come out, all the bushes need to come out, absolutely everything needs to come off of these, which as I've explained, you'll see that full process in this video. So let's carry on breaking these down, then we can get on with cleaning. So all we're going to do is grab some engine degreaser, let all of these parts soak, spray them all over, just get all of that grime, that 20-year-old grime, because obviously no one's probably ever cleaned these, because why would they? They've been under the car. I'm going to leave that to sit, as you can see all the brown on the driveway there. Get all of those sprayed off, and then we should have some fairly clean parts. We can then get all these parts in the car, head over to Matt. A big shout out to Matt because he has helped me out a lot with this. He has the bearing press, and without him I wouldn't have been able to get these bearings out and the hubs out, and you will be seeing a lot more of him in this series, so make sure you go and follow him. As I say, I'll pop the Instagram up on screen for you, and yeah, let's carry on with getting these suspension parts sorted. So now we're at Matt's, it's time to get the parts out because like I say, he has the bearing press, and without him and without this tool we would not be getting these bearings out. So here you can see we're just pushing that out with a few sockets. Basically whichever you're working with, you just need to build up the best contraption to get the bush out. In this case obviously you can see here this is what was working for us. We did also then push the wheel bearings out, the hubs out as well, but I actually didn't manage to film this. But as you can see here the bushes come completely straight out. The subframe and the train arm brackets, however, proved to be a little bit harder, and if you guys have ever done this, or you've got to the point where you're changing bushes on a rear subframe, or any subframe for that matter, you know a blowtorch and a hammer is your best friend. So let's cut to me getting these bushes out.
On fire. Why is petrol just sizzled then?
And there we have it. All of the bushes are now out of these suspension components, all cleaned over again. But as you can see, there's still quite a lot of pitting, quite a lot of corrosion. And as I said in the start of this segment, we are of course going to be fixing that. You'll also notice there's a little steel bar there and a bag of bolts. So number one, that steel bar will come in useful in just a moment. And number two, those bolts are all the old bolts from the subframe that I bought. And of course, we're not going to be putting the old crusty rusted bolts back on this rear end. So they will also be getting sorted. So stay tuned. But first, let's head over to Matt's unit because he's going to give us a hand with the welding because I can't weld and he can. And we need to get this subframe reinforced. So on the petrol E46s, it's only really the diff bush that needs reinforcing. There is of course kits you can buy for the rest of the diff, but if I'm honest, stock power is not going to need much more. Maybe in future if I do try and increase the power, it might need it, but it will be just fine. So all we're doing is using that little piece of steel bar just to reinforce the diff bush. And as you can see here, it's all ground down. Matt's going to weld that up for us just before powder coating. And as you can see here, Matt's welded that all up for us. Now it's time to get these parts blasted in powder coat and looking brand new. So a massive thank you to Pro Coating Stratford, be sure to check them out and you will see the quality of work once we get these parts sorted. But as you'll see, the start of the process is getting them all sandblasted and ready for powder coat because we need to clean all of that grime off, all the corrosion, get a nice base. And from Pro Coating Stratford, another Matt, he will be able to then get these parts in powder coat in the oven, all baked on, and as you guys will know, a powder coat finish is absolutely unreal. So let's get all that sorted and let's see what they look like. So guys, there we have it. The rear end components for the E46 are now looking brand new. And it's all thanks to Matt down at Pro Coating Stratford. So make sure you check them out. I'll leave the links in the description. You can see for yourself, the finish is absolutely amazing. And I cannot wait to get these back in the car. So what's next, you may ask? Well, you've probably guessed by now, we're not going to be putting stock bushes back in these suspension components. We have something very spicy for that coming later in this video. But first, we need to focus on getting things ready for when we're going to put all of this back together. Now you will have seen in the voiceover I did previously, I had a bag of bolts that came with this rear end, which was very crusty. So, along with that bag of bolts, I broke my bank account even further and I had to go straight to BMW for some OEM bolts that I needed. I wasn't going to buy cheap bolts, like I said, we're doing this properly. So while these parts were getting powder coated, Matt at Pro Coating Stratford also has a media cleaner, which basically, if you don't know, you put all these bolts in, it has some metal media in this spinning barrel. You put all the bolts in, it spins around ridiculously fast, cleans all the corrosion off and leaves you with some fresh looking bolts. So we had to do that with the old crusty bolts, the new BMW bolts, but because we want to future proof this build, and being a drift car, let's be honest, it needs to be serviceable. We're going to be working on this, things are going to break, things are going to need to come off and on, and we don't want them to corrode because that just makes our life a lot harder. So we will be getting these bolts zinc plated. The benefits of zinc plating, once these bolts are cleaned up and plated, it basically makes them resistant to corrosion. They also look a lot nicer and they look brand new. But as I said, it's going to make the car a whole lot easier to one, put back together, and two, just service in the future. So without further ado, I'm not going to bore you and make you watch me clean each individual bolt. So we're going to cut to a time lapse. The time is currently about 6:40. I'm about to head into the shed because now these bolts have got no coating on them. I need to wire wheel them up so they're in the perfect state. Dip them in brake cleaner so they don't rust over straight away. We're going to head straight over to A1 plating, get the bolts zinc plated, hopefully pick them up as soon as possible. And once we've got those back, you guys will be able to see the complete transformation on these bolts. I cannot wait to see them. It's going to be a long night for me. It's going to be about 30 seconds for you guys. So, like I say, without further ado, let's go to the time lapse. So, this would be a great time lapse if it wasn't the UK and it wasn't dark at 6 PM. So, as you can see here, I'm trying to charge the two lights I have because these lights, for some reason, don't feel like working, which is really annoying because they're great lights. So you're probably asking, well, how can we see right now? This is the current state of me. This is what I'm going to work with. I'm going to have to look down, hope this stays charged, and get these bolts sorted because it's the only time I have. So I'll try and get a time lapse for you guys. I don't know how good the lighting will be, or how short the time lapse will be now, but I need to get this done. So let's get on with cleaning these bolts.
Hours later.
So guys, now we have those bolts back from Zinc. A massive thank you to A1 Plating. Those bolts were turned around so fast. I'll most likely need to do a couple of more trips to them to get all the bolts sorted for this build. Now we've got those bolts back, the next steps, it's going to be building the rear end back up. So before we do that, obviously we're not going to be putting anything stock back in the car. We're going to be changing every single bush, bearing, that's from the trailing arm, the camber arms, all the subframe, all the wheel bearings. Every single bush is being replaced or upgraded to poly bush. And on that point, I need to give a massive thank you to PSB Bushings who have sent their full kit for the E46 chassis. So I cannot wait to see how this feels in the car. I'm going to be putting it all back in and we're going to be building the rear end back up right now. So I cannot wait to do that. So without further ado, I'll stop talking. When I got these parts downstairs, I can get on with building this rear end. So as you can see, we're starting off with the trailing arm bushes. It's just a matter of greasing those bushes up a little bit just around the edge, pushing those in. Had a little bit of resistance and didn't want to force it with the hammer, so I actually used the bushing press to push these back in. You will also probably notice that on these trailing arms, we do already have the wheel bearings and the rose joints installed. That was because the night before this, we managed to get those in the freezer, use Matt's bearing press at his house and get those all pressed in correctly. So now we have all the bushes sorted. It's a matter of getting on with the brake shield, so we can get those installed with some brand new hardware and of course making sure to anti-seize absolutely everything. And then we can get on with installing the hubs. The quality inspector obviously had to make sure we're doing a great job. And then it was onto the hub. For this, if you are doing it without the BMW bearing tool, I feel for you because this tool is an absolute must. It's helped so much. You're going to make sure that's seated correctly on both of the trailing arms. And once that's done, and that pretty much is the trailing arms built up and ready to go in the car. And now we have all of the subframe bushes in, it's time to get on with the trailing arms. And once those are done, it's time to start putting this rear end back together. And there we have it, the E46 suspension is ready to go back in the car. But before we do so, let me just remind you, we have taken this crusty old E46 suspension and now turned it into this work of art. I cannot wait to get this all fitted in the car, but to do so we're going to have to jump back over to the unit where hopefully the E46 is now reinforced, undersealed and ready for the suspension to go back in the car. However, we've got plenty done in this episode, so that's where we're going to leave it today. And don't forget, we are trying to hit 10k subscribers by the end of the year, so make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video, as there will be a new one every single Sunday at 5 p.m. and I'll catch you guys next week where we carry on turning this E46 into a drift car.